We are back in the black hole of real estate, and in a time where the inventory is increasing, but buyers are still very, very, very particular on what they are looking for. It occurs to me that maybe buying before you sell, if you can, is the way to go. This is your host, Ron Wojciechowski, for the black hole of real estate. And there I said it. Is it possible, even if you prefer not to do it, is it possible to purchase your next home before going on the market, before selling yours? And I'm just going to put that out there because there are very, very specific advantages to doing that. You see, the first one, and again, this might be terrifying to some, but go buy the house that you want. Get that knocked out. And then go ahead and close on it and move everything out of your current house into the new one. Knowing that many people want to change out flooring, maybe paint the interior of the house, or do landscaping or some big projects, or maybe add some kitchen cabinets, change out some bathrooms. So what if all of those things were done before you moved in? Before there was dust everywhere and paint everywhere and you were living upside down, trying to move in, trying to get settled amidst the construction zone. And I have to ask you, once everything was done, and I mean everything, then could you begin by, moving the clothes from one closet in your current home to the next one? And then maybe moving the wall hangings over and getting those placed. And then putting the dishes and the silverware in there and setting up like a bedroom and a bathroom so that you can be in either place while you're making this monumental move in a highly coordinated way, such that as you continue to move things over and right down to maybe like having a couple of camping chairs in the living room until you get the furniture moved over, then you can do things very orderly, very precisely. Chances are, once you place things in there, you may not have to move them for years. And the place is going to be deep clean, so you're going to have a longer run at not having to move things in circles, back and forth as you move and clean and this and that, to put everything just the way that you want it. Now, I'm speaking from experience because the last 3 times that we've moved, we've done it this way. Now, we've been fortunate that we've been able to qualify for the mortgage that we took out in each of these homes. And it's worked out very, very well for us because not only did we get to take our time and pick the right house and get everything lined up so that we could move in relative comfort, it's worked out really well because we weren't running back and forth or feeling the pressure and duress of trying to sell and buy at the same time, or worse, going on the market and getting an offer right away. It's exciting and terrifying. And let's take it to the other side of this. Let's suppose that you, just for a minute, all right, there's no way that you're going to, even if you could, you're just not going to agree to buy first, move in, and then sell the home afterwards that you're currently in. Even in a market like today where it's taking a little bit longer for properties to sell, let's just suppose that you have a great location and your property's in very, very, very good condition and you've got the right marketing and you selected the right price. That could sell in a day or two in this market. And if someone is looking for you to move out in 3-4 weeks, now the pressure mounts. Can you select a home that quickly? Are you going to purchase the next one contingent upon the sale of your home because now you're saying you don't want to buy first? Can you get through the inspection period of 7, 10, or 15 days and then coordinate that with an offer that you're making on a different property? And would the buyer of your home be waiting on an appraisal and a final underwriting decision if they're financing and they're not a cash purchase? You see, you've got a lot of moving parts. And a lot of uncertainty along the way, and certainly some stress that goes along with that. Because even though it says 30-day closing, let's just say 10 days are taken up with inspections and another week for the appraisal and another week For the underwriting approval, you're 24, 25 days in. That leaves you, what, 5 days to make sure everything works out just right? And by the way, you're investing money on inspections, possibly on appraisals if you're financing, and this is all coming together at the end, and you're going to have to make sure that you close your property in the morning, the proverbial morning of closing. Let's say it's a Friday. You've got to close your sale first to have the proceeds from yours to fund the next one. And then you're homeless for a few hours. Then you've got to get to the next title office and then go ahead and close that if it's not, because it might not be at the same place. And this is why some people will actually say, okay, you know what, hearing all that, let's at least explore the possibility of buying first. Now, the way that you can do, and there's a few of them, you could pay outright cash if you have it. You could absolutely apply for a mortgage. And if your debt-to-income ratio is such that you'll qualify, then you just go get the new mortgage, new place, and you whatever down payment's required. If it's 3% or 5%, or maybe you want to put 20% down and you can do that, that's great. But getting a mortgage, it's really good. Because now you go buy the purchase, make the purchase, and do everything I just talked about at the beginning. The way that you move in and prepare the property and get all your stuff slid over to the new home. And if you can do all of that now, on the other side, you put your property up for sale, the one you're currently living in. It's empty. It's cleaned. It's ready to go. Now any buyer can come in. And they can close as fast as 10 days if they're cash or 30 days if they're financing, but you get a lot of control over this. And since you understand the market, know where the pricing needs to be, you'll create your own urgency. You have an empty house sitting there empty for a long time, right? That will help you adjust pricing to where it's going to sell in today's market and relatively quickly. See, the home can sit or not sit. It can stay in the market or sell, all based on your pricing, your marketing, maybe the skill of the agent if you're using an agent. But those all things would fall into place similarly. The differentiator is a buyer who has urgency to get into a home right away for their own reasons, job transfers or something where maybe a deal they were going to buy fell out and they're trying to line up closings. An empty home that's well conditioned and ready to go is highly attractive in this market. So you'll have the biggest pool of buyers looking at your property because they can have it today. And your story is really compelling. Hey, we just moved out. It's ready to go. And I would at least want you to think about the possibilities and how they might benefit you. I would say this. The home purchase that you make, buying in advance, other than possibly inspections and an appraisal, really aren't many contingencies. But if you have to loop in, this purchase would be contingent on the sale of my home, I think that you will pay more for that property for the favor of getting that contingency in there to sell your home and protect you for 30 days. Or your offer may get bypassed if there's a competing offer. Even if yours is a little higher, the seller may want clarity on the situation that, hey, I don't have to worry about a market condition of your home selling or your appraisal not working or your inspection not working. It removes a moving part or six from the seller's mind space. So when you're trying to have a contingent sale based upon the sale of your home to buy another one, asking the seller a favor will cost you money. It may cost you the house. And at the very least, over the timelines I've described, there's going to be some stress over 30 days. So while I'm not saying it's the right situation or solutions for everybody, if you're even thinking of moving with a double sale, a sell and a buy, wouldn't it make sense to investigate if it's even possible to make the purchase first and then sell later? And that's the point of today's conversation, is what's possible. And then once you know if it's possible, if it's not possible, well, then forget everything I said. Go on the market, and you know exactly what you're going to do. You're going to get somebody to buy your house, and you're going to go buy another house contingent on sale of your home. People do that every day. It's not new. And it's not necessarily hard, it's just stressful. But if you can, if it's possible to buy before you sell, then it just gives you options. And I think for a consumer in this market such that it is, Having options is power. And now you know that if you find the right house, and you might lose it due to a contingency to sell your house, then go ahead and buy it. It doesn't mean that you can't still sell the house and try to line up the closings. It doesn't. It just doesn't place a contingency in there that allows you to cancel the sale if it doesn't happen. And therein lies the difference. So I want to make sure that we're giving you the goods over here in a way that's really, really useful for you. And I think we did. Explore the possibility. Can you buy first? Avoid having contingencies. Get a better price. An easier moving process. And you might just sell your home really fast for top dollar once it's empty and appealing to every single buyer out there, whether they're cash or otherwise. It's a solid strategy. It's worked several times for me, and I want to share that with you today. This is your host, Ron Wysokarski for the Black Hole of Real Estate.